How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTCReaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading when the price is going up or down. So over on Dixie for the daily, we are seeing a push forward. We did reject the top of our range that we had before. Remember that is this range where we had previous highs and that previous bear market breakdown. So we are still staying within that breakout zone. So we're not quite clear of making a higher high as far as that kind of trend would go. That's a really big trend though. That's like a year trend. Momentum does want to push up, VWAP does want to gain strength, money flow is in the green, but if we see a rejection here, we could see further bearish momentum, so I would exercise caution. Over on the 1 hour, we do see VWAP favoring bearish with lower lows and lower highs, so again, watch that very close. If that continues, we're likely going to see those higher time frames continue to weaken, and that money flow start to break toward the red, which means Dixie or crypto could push forward. Remember, Dixie and crypto usually are inversely related. Over on Bitcoin dominance for the daily, we are seeing a round away, so we are starting to lose some steam against our altcoins. That is again positive for altcoins because we could see our alt rally finally. Momentum is overall weakening, VWAP is overall weakening as well. We have a shorter bullish wave, and we are breaking back into bearish territory, so I would watch closely. We could see a further breakdown here, which would just mean that altcoins would outperform Bitcoin for a while. Over on total for the daily, stochastic is bullish, RSI is pushing forward, our momentum does want to gain strength, that VWAP is in the bullish territory. That is positive. If that VWAP can hold, then money flow and momentum can continue higher, so watch these lower time frames here. Over on the 1 hour, we do have the probability to continue further. We did kind of feel that full probability, so our MPP doesn't really know what to do. We do have a higher high, it is a lower high compared to a previous trend before, like we were talking about. But overall, we do have a bullish continuation going on right here that could try to push us up. Right now, I would watch though, as the highs and lows do look pretty close connected. So if they do connect, we may make a rising channel instead of a bullish continuation, and a rising channel would end up making us pull back. Momentum is heading up. That VWAP is in the bullish territory, money flow is pushing up, so overall we do look pretty positive there. Over on Bitcoin futures for the daily, we are seeing a pretty decent run up here as well. So we did see a push up to almost 100k. We stopped just shy. Here on futures we actually did hit 100k, but over on Bitcoin it was just shy of 100k. Stochastic is pretty maxed out, RSI is pushing forward, that VWAP does want to break bullish. If that yellow wave can break above that neutral, momentum and money flow would remain bullish, and that would help push us up, so watch lower time frames. Over on the 1 hour here, our MPP does show that we could end up making a retracement. It says we have a 33% chance of making a higher low and a 66% chance of making a lower low. Watch that lower low closely. If we do see that lower low, then we could end up making a bearish trend and breaking away. However, if we do make our higher low, again, that is where we could push to that 104k. Our VWAP is bullish, that is positive. If that VWAP can stay bullish, momentum will remain bullish, money flow will remain in the green, and that will help push us further up. Stochastic is pushing forward, RSI is gaining strength, so watch for a bounce off that neutral and a continuation in the bullish territory for that yellow wave there. Over on Bitcoin future or Bitcoin for the daily, we are seeing a higher high here as well. Again, projecting a pullback on that MPP. Momentum is pretty flat. Stochastic is pushing up. RSI is gaining strength. That VWAP is bullish and money flow is pushing up. So overall, we do look pretty positive on that daily. Over on the 1 hour here, we do have a probability to pull back, about 33% chance to make a higher low here and 66% to make a lower low. So much like futures, I would warn against lower highs and lower lows that could end up breaking us away if we're not careful. But if we do make a higher low and push off this zone, we can break that 100k. It does look like we are projected 71% chance to hit 100k, but it does look like we are kind of stalling right around that 100k range. Those highs and lows, watch for them to connect. Right now they would not. That could make a rising triangle. Again, a rising triangle would be a 50-50 that could break up or down, so I really don't like trading them, especially when they're this small. VWAP is breaking down, momentum is rounding, and money flow is weakening, so watch that VWAP close. If that VWAP continues to push down, momentum will weaken and money flow will break down as well. Over on graph for the daily, we are pushing up, trying to make a rounding bottom, so this is positive. I would watch for a break toward that 24-cent area. That would be trying to break a previous high, and then we would want to see a continuation forward to around that 26,424. Momentum is pushing up, VWAP is gaining strength, money flow is bullish, and our stochastic and our RSI do look pretty decent. We can jump over onto the other view real quick to see how our trades are doing. But over on the 1 hour, we are starting to pull back. We are starting to see a push toward the lower probabilities. We do have a 22,561. It does look like that is kind of fluctuating right now, so watch this MPP close. But it does give us about 75% chance to pull into that zone, trying to make a higher low, and then ideally we would continue for a higher high and then break forward. So we did see a probability to break in this area where a line is. That probability is weakened, so you could end up taking this down, taking some profit now if you wanted, or you can move it down lower, modify order. Let's say we want to be just below that line because you don't want to go for the max gain or max pain, because ideally you would end up, most likely you would miss out, because if you're just waiting on the sidelines, you have nothing in the game, you're not going to really get any gain. If we do push up, without any risk, there can't be a reward. Momentum does want to round, VWAP is pulling back, stochastic does want to break away, and RSI is pushing forward. So overall, as long as that VWAP stays bullish, I do see us having the probability of making that higher low and then continuing for higher highs. So just like I said, we'll jump to our other view here. So over on our other view, we'll pull up our trading window. So we can see that we are in decent profits. Again, we didn't trade much money. This is like couple $100, I think. Trade value, yeah, a couple $100 on these. Bitcoin, we really didn't trade much. Bitcoin went flat, so we don't really have a gain. So we did invest quite a bit into Bitcoin compared to the others, and the others did outperform Bitcoin, you can see there. So overall, like we did adjust that graph one. We can get to algo or graph. Sorry, we adjusted graph. We can get to algo and see if we need to adjust that. But right now, I do feel pretty decent that we could continue forward. And remember, we would be taking partial trades, so we'd be trading about half of ours there and most of ours here, I believe. So I did try to leave some in the game. That way, if we continued forward, we would still have some sort of profits in this trading account. So over on Anchor for the daily, we will hop back to our normal view here. Over on Anchor for the daily, we are trying to push up. We do have a long lower shadow candle, so I would watch if that long lower shadow candle is followed by a green candle. We could see bullish momentum, see bullish continuation, and break that 34.85 and push toward that 40.73. There is a 40% chance though, so exercise caution. There is a higher chance we would pull back and revisit some of these lower support areas. So if you do want to buy some, let's say you've been sitting on the sidelines, let's say you want to buy some now, click that modify order, buy some now. Don't know why it won't just buy. There we go. So you could say you want to buy some now. We do now have a buy arrow here, so it's suggesting that we could push up, and then we would see a continuation forward, providing this is followed with a strong green candle. Watch for confirmation. You won't want to just jump in like I did. You would ideally wait for a break of that 34.85, see a bounce and a continuation. But remember, we are moving at a fast pace, so we could just blow through our resistances as well. That's why it's nice to have something in the game if you're at least wanting some of those profits and eyeballing some moves forward. So over on the 1 hour, we are seeing a push up overall. So we will have to move this out of the way a little bit. So we are seeing a push up overall. We are trying to push toward that 34.85. This is positive, but that MPP does say we have a high probability to make a higher low. So watch for a little bit of a retracement and then a bounce. If we can get that retracement and bounce, that would set us up for a healthy pullback and then a continuation of bullish momentum to break that 34.85. VWAP is pulling back, momentum is heading up, money flow is in the green, so we do look positive. If that VWAP stays bullish, momentum and money flow will remain green, and we will see those higher time frames continue up. That would give us that strength to break that 34.85 without seeing that higher low. Remember, again, we could just blast up, and altcoins could just see a sudden rush. We saw Bitcoin see a sudden rush. Altcoins kind of lagged. We do have some ETFs going on for things like ETH, XRP, Solana, different things going on. So that's all good news. Different partnerships going on. Crypto's starting to see a little bit more adoption despite all the memes. So over on XRP for the daily, momentum is starting to round away. We do have a green dot suggesting that VWAP does want to break bullish and money flow would continue in the green, showing we have buying pressure to continue to push us up. We did say to watch around this like 30-36 range. We did break a little higher than that. So now we could continue further. Maybe we're going to retest our previous highs around that $2 mark sometime soon. VWAP is bullish, so that overall is positive as long as lower time frames can stay bullish. We do have the potential for this consolidation to make a bull flag and push us further up. So we would make a consolidation range, parallel channel. So there's our consolidation. Here is our break forward. And then you would apply that break forward to your consolidation range above it, if I can grab the line, and that would give you a breakout point to around $1.85. So a pretty strong move forward and way above that 80 cent we were projecting for quite some time. Momentum is overall breaking down. VWAP is pushing down. Our money flow is weakening, so watch that VWAP. If that VWAP doesn't get higher lows with higher highs here, we could roll away, invalidate this, and break down, as we did make 3 touches to the top. Usually at the 3rd touch to the top is when you want to see that break up and gain that momentum. But we do have a 50% probability to see that push forward, so we do still have a chance here. So over on Algo, last but not least, since there are no requests in the comments, we are seeing a bit of a push forward. We did break that 25 cent range, so that is positive. Stochastic is pulling back, RSI is heading up, VWAP is gaining strength, and momentum is pushing that money flow further. So overall, we do look pretty positive. I thought we had a sell. Let's see, over on Algo, so positions, orders, Algo, we did fill our Algo order, it looks like, so positions, we still have some Algo, we are at a profit, so we did sell some, we did gain, keep some, so ideally we would continue forward, but you want to kind of watch lower time frames and see. Since we already took profits, I wouldn't really worry about selling off 2 more. It's always nice to have a little bit, and then you can always get decent runs later. Again, don't get greedy. VWAP is holding bullish, momentum is pushing up, stochastic is pushing forward, RSI is gaining strength, so the 1 hour does look positive, and that VWAP, if it holds bullish, can continue to push those higher time frames up and give us that further upside to break forward. But if the rest of the market does pull back, I would exercise caution, as we did see a pretty quick move up today. And remember, when you get a quick move up one way, you typically do retrace it the opposite way, and sometimes that retracement can be more than the move up. So just exercise caution. Everyone's in profits. There is going to be profit taking, but there is going to be more retail buying as people start FOMOing in too. So you gotta weigh both those things. Take your risks with your reward. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a great night. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and join us in that Discord if you have not already.